Okay, so hopefully you guys remember just last week we were here discussing a new Michael Myers animatronic to be released this fall, and it's going to be carried in Lowe's stores across the country, made by Jimmy, and we were just kind of taking a look at that animatronic and trying to figure out what it's going to look like, what it's going to do, and as best I could uncover at the time, it appeared that it was going to be a re-release of this animatronic. This is made by Jimmy Industries. They released this life-size Michael Myers animatronic in 2020. Now, many of you might remember that last year, 2021, there was a different Michael Myers animatronic, officially licensed from Halloween 2, released exclusively through Party City, and made by a different company. This one was made by Chucky, and that's the one that we actually purchased. I did the whole epic unboxing video, showcase video, and everything. That link is in the description of this video, and you can check that out when we're done here. So it appeared that we were again getting an officially licensed Halloween 2 Michael Myers animatronic this year, only not from Chucky like last year's. It would be from Jimmy, year before. All a little bit confusing. Don't really understand how the copyrights work. Still don't. But, so we looked at this and a related video. And it was my understanding that that's how this new animatronic looks. So since then, some new information has come to light. I was actually contacted by somebody at Lowe's, and this person, they asked to remain anonymous, and they did want to clarify some information and let us know exactly what animatronic is going to be carried at their stores and what it looks like. And so they were kind enough to shoot me a couple images, and we're going to take a look at those now. And so this will be confirmation of what this new animatronic coming to Lowe's is, this new Myers animatronic, as well as the new Jason Voorhees life-size animatronic, a new Freddy Krueger life-size animatronic. We got a new Chucky animatronic coming, as well as other products that are not animatronics based on these iconic brands, and featuring these slashers, the big dogs of the slasher world. So, and again, this is an exclusive. This is stuff you haven't seen anywhere else, because this was sent to me kind of undercover, and but you know, they want this out there to be clear of what's going on. So we're going to take a look at these images right now that we were sent. And we're just going to go through it a little bit. All right, so here's the first image right here, and we'll zoom in a little bit and kind of take it level by level here. But let's start by going in right here to the animatronics shelf. This is the display as you're going to see them at your local Lowe's stores. And again, this is not the highest quality photo. None of these are super high quality, but you'll be able to get a good idea of what we're talking about and what we can expect with these releases. So there, all the way on the left there, you see a Chucky, and this is going to be a roving Chucky, like Chucky moving around on a Roomba, basically. Got a few other animatronics there up front. It looks like a gravedigger crouched down there, but standing there in the back is the Holy Trinity. That it's going to be so awesome to see these three iconic killers in Lowe's stores, at least as long as they last, which is not going to be long at all. I imagine they're probably going to go like the day they're set out. So So good luck. And by the way, our local Lowe's, which is probably one of the last ones in the country to put their stuff out, they were putting it out in early August of last year. So just keep that in mind. There on the left, of course, that is Michael Myers. And that is a bit different. Now, I've got a better picture of Michael we're going to take a look at in a minute. And we'll talk about the exact differences that we can tell. That is Jason Voorhees as well there on the left. And that is Freddy Krueger right there on the right. And let's just take a look up here on the top shelf. We mentioned this last week too, that there was a new Michael Myers with pumpkin inflatable listed as well. And I thought it was listed as 3.5 feet, but that is in fact a Michael Myers with pumpkin inflatable. And that is, just like we said, it's kind of what I call the Charlie Brown Michael Myers. Kind of Jimmy's family-friendly version of the most badass fictional serial killer in all of horror. And up there you can also see we got a new Chucky. It actually says trick or treat on that banner he is holding. And I always love, I've said before on here, I always love when any franchise who's not really Halloween specific related puts out decorations that is Halloween specific. And so when Chucky crosses over with Halloween, that's the kind of Chucky stuff that I want to own even more. Also a Mandalorian Halloween inflatable. It says, "This is the way." And then that's Gizmo there, and I can't really read what his banner says because he has lost a hold of one side of it. And we're going to go back to those animatronics for a second in just a minute, but let's go a little bit closer on what else is down here. Now, my source did tell me that some of the artwork, some of the packaging is not final. So we're not really going to look too much into the packaging on those animatronics down there on the bottom row. It does look like that Chucky is going to come in what looks like to be an actual kind of good guy type replica box. I mean, I'm sure it won't be exact, but that's pretty cool that he's going to come in something like that. It appears. Again, packaging not final. And again, I apologize that the quality is not any better than it is, but this is what we've got to deal with. And what you can see is, what I can see is there on the second shelf from the bottom, it looks like we are getting some Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees, and Freddy Krueger lawn stakes. You know, these are the Halloween stakes that you plug in and they light up your lawn pathways, or in my case, your graveyards, your pumpkin patches. And it looks like it's going to be the head of each of these icons on the stakes. There you can see Michael Myers on the left, Jason Voorhees, and Freddy on the right. And I think Freddy and Jason might have had lawn stakes released prior to now, but I don't recall these Myers heads being released as lawn stakes before. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. And then on the next shelf up, it looks like we are also getting more string lights, also officially licensed. All of the Myers stuff appears to be officially licensed from Halloween 2. But we're also getting Jason Voorhees and Freddy Krueger string lights as well. And again, Spirit Halloween has carried string lights of all three of these characters, including Michael Myers. They are officially licensed, as we pointed out before, and as was reminded, you guys reminded me last week, most of all the Myers stuff you typically see at Spirit Halloween is officially licensed from either H2O or the Curse of Michael Myers. So that's how we're getting yet more string lights here available at Lowe's stores, officially licensed from Halloween 2. And we also might be getting, well, we are getting some of those globe projectors. And it's hard to tell here if the one on the furthest left is a Myers projector, or if that goes with the Jason stuff, and the one to the right of the Jason stuff is a Freddy projector. It's hard to tell if we're getting one of all three or just a Jason and Freddy at this point. But looking at the color here, I can't make it out real clear, but it does kind of look like we might be getting a Myers one. And there's something else there. I don't know what those other packages are there in between the string lights and the globes, but whatever it is, there's a Jason one, there's a Freddy one, and there's a Michael Myers one. So, string lights, in addition to the projectors, in addition to the lawn stakes, in addition to something else we can see down there. So at least 4 new items, and that's in addition to these Holy Trinity of slashers in Chucky as well. And these inflatables. Now I do have another image here. And we can see some of this stuff a little more clear in this one. And then I've got another image of just the Myers we'll look at in just a second, where we can really concentrate on that. But there's a little bit better look at those animatronics from a slightly different angle, a little more lit. And here is some more of those other products that we're going to be seeing out this year. All right, so here is a better look at the Myers animatronic itself. Now again, underneath this very well could be the same animatronic that Jimmy released prior, the same mechanism underneath. I'm pretty sure it's going to be the same motion, which I do want to recognize CGI Michael Myers out there that commented on my report about the animatronic last week, that the motion in the 2020 Jimmy that was released and the 2021 Techie that was released at Party City, I had said in that report and said here last week that the motion is almost identical, and it is different. The motion on the Party City that we own is a motion at the elbow. He doesn't move here. It goes up and down like this. The motion on the 2020 made by Jimmy, which I believe is going to be the same motion as this new one we're talking about, that one goes up at the elbow like this. So I just want to recognize CGI Michael Myers out there for correcting me on that. All right, so as you can see, I mean, the first difference is that they did take the time to paint the bullet hole wounds on the jumpsuit this time. That does make it a bit more H2 accurate. And the mask, I mean, it might be the same mask sculpt as the 2020. I can't really tell a huge difference here in the sculpt, but I know the paint job looks better. It looks dirtier, like an H2 should. And most notably, biggest difference is that the eyes are all black here. The blackest eyes. The devil's eyes. And that's the way it should be, because they were not like that here. They were not like that on this release here. As you can see, we can go even more into that one, and you can see his eyeballs in this release. So I definitely appreciate that they corrected that here. His hair looks a little wild right here. I don't know that they'll all look like that, but again, I mean, honestly, I mean, I kind of prefer the Maniac look over the super, you know, super combed look, I guess you could say. So this looks better than what we were looking at last week. This is an improvement over the 2020, if you ask me. You guys tell me your opinion, but I mean, I think this looks a lot better than this one. And here is that Jason Voorhees animatronic that you can see up there right next to Michael, and this is a slightly better look at him. And I actually do have some updated info on this Jason animatronic since Monday night's live stream. According to what my source tells me, the original prototype for this animatronic did feature a removable face mask with a fully sculpted, deformed Jason face underneath. So you could display it with or without the mask, which is a pretty cool feature. Unfortunately, however, I am told that the licensor, for whatever reason, did not sign off on that design. So the animatronic that is going to be in Lowe's stores this year will come with a mask that is attached to the head. Now, as to whether or not that original full head sculpt will still be intact underneath the mask that is now going to be connected, I don't have the answer to that right now as of this recording, but I did inquire about that, and as soon as I can get confirmation one way or the other, we will update and let you know. But this is that face sculpt that you would find underneath that Jason animatronic mask if indeed the prototype were to have been approved. This is an actual photo of that prototype, and again, if in fact this face sculpt is still lurking underneath the mask, even though it's attached now, I would imagine you could probably figure out some way to safely pry off that mask and still display it either way, if it is under there, that is. And there it is, another exclusive first look right there of your unmasked Jason Voorhees Friday the 13th life-size animatronic. And as for that Freddy animatronic, I can now confirm that this is the same Freddy animatronic that was released and available at Lowe's stores in 2021. Here's a look at him in action.
You're mine now, piggy! I'm gonna split you in two! Trick or treat!
Pretty cool, and you gotta love that one of his phrases is actually trick or treat. I love the idea of Freddy Krueger roaming around neighborhoods on Halloween night saying trick or treat and freaking out little kids. But I'm just super excited to see all three of these guys at Lowe's stores, as well as Chucky as well. All four of these icons. And yes, I'll probably have to add that inflatable to my collection. I got both of the Jimmy inflatables released in 2021. I'll probably have to get this 2022 version as well. So I've got the whole collection. And as far as this animatronic, this Myers animatronic, I don't know. I mean, I was not really considering it until seeing these new photos. Now I'm thinking about it. The life-size Chucky animatronic is priced at $70, and the Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees, and Freddy Krueger animatronics are each priced at $240. Let me know what you think about these animatronics coming to your local Lowe's stores. Hopefully your local Lowe's stores. Start asking your managers. Let them know you're interested. Find out when they're going to be putting that stuff out. I'm just excited to see this Halloween goodness coming to local stores and seeing Lowe's really kind of make their presence known in the Halloween industry. I mean, Home Depot in recent years has really sort of made a lot of strides to compete with the likes of Spirit Halloween and Party City. And it looks like Lowe's is now answering the call. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed that bit of exclusive animatronic news for you. As soon as I can get better quality images and video of those animatronics in action, I will absolutely have those here. We will share them. We will discuss them. And yeah, look for those at your local Lowe stores. I can't wait to see them out in the wild. I think that's going to be the coolest. I just think that's going to be the coolest because in this day and age, these franchises have been around for 40 years in the case of Friday and Halloween and almost 40 now for Nightmare. So, and yeah, shout out to Lowe's. Good job on stepping it up with the licensed franchise and bringing these guys in. You guys let me know what you think, though.